what it is, what it do. It's your girl Brittany, back better, another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is, I know what it is. We both know I post frequently. All right, y'all, say it with me collectively. We are jumping, we are skipping, we hopping, we leaping. We doing a Dougie bow, our Dougie yow into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this video. All right, y'all, so in this video today, we are getting into the girlies of South Central, to the baddies, because the master drama is starting off very early, and I love that for me. A free squabble, we love to see it coming. So, boom, this really starts off with Knuckles because somebody was in her comments on her live asking her, you know, who are you getting on South Central baddies? Who needs that? Who are you thumping? Who is catching that fade with you? So she ends up giving her list, and Cashmere was one of them on the list. If you do not remember, we covered this during the Mean Girls show while it was going on. I believe Mean Girls was on like in March, April of this year. But anyways, when that show was on, Cash just ends up turning up on Knuckles because if I'm not mistaken, Knuckles shared a picture of Nina, and as you know, Nina and Cash don't get along. Cash thought that was fake and then just started dog walking Knuckles. It was all bleach, it was all hot dog, and on Knuckles' end, it was all you don't take care of your child, you ain't got your child, you know? You don't have nowhere to stay, you ain't got no car. The same old, same old. So that's why, you know, they gotta get that because children was brought up, you know, below the belts was brought up. And I remember, and at that time, baby, because Cash was like, come on, Knuckles, I can fight you now. Like, I know where you stay, Knuckles. I can fight you. Knuckles said, I got that backpack. I was like, why she got a backpack for Cash? Very strange. But boom. So Knuckles ends up giving her list, and like I said, Cash was one of the ones on it. So Cash, you know, heard about this. Probably somebody tagged her, or she seen it on a T page. And Cash said, get me? Get who? Don't have me number one on your list because you never needed that, especially not from me. So Cash ends up calling Knuckles out on her live saying, baby, we don't have to wait till South Central baddies. We can get that today, right now. You need that? I have that. Let's get it. So Knuckles never responds, okay? Knuckles said, out of sight, out of mind. I'm going to get you on that show where I'm getting paid to get you, okay? That's where I'm going to get you at. Out of sight, out of mind. Hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil, okay? Boom. So Lori gets a whiff of this, and Lori's like, oh, since Knuckles speak no evil, hear no evil, see no evil, I see, hear, and speak it. So come, I need that. She ends up allegedly getting Cash's location, and with that, baby, she sprints into action and getting up on that. Tells Cash, come outside. We not gonna jump you. Come outside. I need that because if y'all don't know, now you know. Cash spoke on Lori's baby as well. So y'all know Cash love to speak on children, and these two women have children, but Lori says she don't mind. Lori says she don't have to wait to a show. She gonna be out there every day if she needs to. Like, she's ready to get that and get it over with. And as y'all know, Cash usually is on live. She respond. She's on there. She need that. Baby, I ain't seen a live from Cash all day. Cash ain't went live. Cash ain't put no story out, nothing. And y'all know one thing Cashmere is going to do is stay on live. If somebody call her out, you know she gonna come back with a comeback quick. When I say quiet. When I say silence. I said now, if 2 + 2 = 4, 6 × 6 = 36. Why she ain't said nothing yet? But I'm going to let y'all hear everything, and then we're going to come back and get into the video.
What's your hit list? Kashmere, Money Low, Kayla, India. Who else? That's it. I only got 5 on my kids. I got to get her first. Then go to the bottom. I got to throw it for my kids.
So don't mind me, but Knuckles, boo. I'm confused why you waiting on the show to get me when we both in LA right now. Get me. Bitch, you already was got. What you talking about? You thought you wasn't getting got, that dog? Bitch, don't get on no internet saying my name, bitch. The fuck is you talking about, bitch? Everybody talked about that little bald head baby of yours, bitch. You and them kids. Everybody talked about your baby, bitch. You can't get me, bitch. You could barely get Fly Nye, bitch. You cannot get somebody who teach you shit, bitch. You cannot get me, bitch. What the do you mean you gonna get me, bitch? Do I need to bring you a hot dog? I need to bring you a hot dog? Cause you the same bitch in my DMs talking about after we fight is we programming bitches. I'm not programming shit with you. It ain't a program. Bitch, this is my program and you want to be a part of it so bad, bitch.
This drop yesterday. I got the drop yesterday. Come on. Just come outside. Just come outside. Kashmere. You didn't pop all that ready to suck you all up in your mouth. I'm ready for you to lose all your teeth today. You're in on the show. Just like you said, yeah, that's why I said these picking and choosing. You said Knuckles ain't gotta wait, so why the gotta wait?
Baby, the girls need that. They are on that. Get that. Get that on my mama. Now, Cash did respond saying to think any bitch got my low is crazy. I don't mind the girls catching them a free fade. I would love to see the girls fight without security breaking it up after 5 minutes. You know, not having to get 8 different angles. I'm not gonna lie to you, because with street fights, you could just see them fight. You could tell who winning. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody there, they really get to fight. And then you can just be like, okay, that's the person who won, you know, depending on how the fight goes. If the person fall, they get up on top of them, they stomp them out, whatever. You be like, okay, yep, clearly they won. So I don't mind the girls getting a tussle in on the streets. And I know everybody like, oh my God, on the streets, you know, it can go left, it can go right, it can go. I get that, but I feel as though we've seen them tussle. And these people come from like a fighting background, so they tussle and then they move on. They're not like the rest of us, you know, once we have beef with you forever. These people are more so like, okay, we have beef on a Tuesday, we probably cordial by Friday. Because you know, okay, you don't do that no more. You don't try me like you did at one point no more. That's how I feel like it goes with these particular women, because these particular women really don't stand by the same code that we as most people do, because of their background. And because, like I said, again, they really come from a real deal fighting background. Like I said, where they could be cool or be cordial afterwards. Again, for example, Ivory and Cash, they not necessarily friends, but cordial, cool. Liddy and Cash, cordial, cool. You know, Pressure and Liddy, like stuff, you know, Fly Nine, Knuckles, you know. These would be really beefing. And then they be cool. So, in my opinion, from what I pick up, you know, they're different. They could be cool the next day or a couple days later. But I stand by my first statement. I don't mind the girls getting out there tussling each other in the streets. I really don't, because number one, they can go and get that out the way for their kids. I know when it came to Lori and Knuckles, you know, it was both about Cash saying something about their child. And because all of them are from LA, it's like, okay, when it comes to my child, let me fight like how I want to fight. In Lori's case, it's like, let me fight how I want to fight behind my child. You know, she don't mind. She found where Cash is at, quote unquote. So it's like, okay, when you said something about my child, when you felt like you was going to speak up on my child, okay, let me get you. I gotta get that. I gotta have that. I need that. So I don't mind her needing that. And honestly, sometimes, you know, when the girls gotta get stuff off their chest, we don't always need it to be on Now That's TV, in my opinion. Sometimes we don't always need it on Now That's TV. That way they can really do what they need to do. It's not like, oh my God, like, oh, we might get sued because of this and that. You know, if they go out there voluntarily by themselves and get that, it's really more so like, okay, they wanted to get that. They needed that. Like, yeah, okay, she needed that. She got that, you know? So I never minded a street fight. I never minded. I can wait on them to get that at the show. But I never minded a street fight from the girlies. I've never minded, especially when it come down to the children and stuff. I never mind them feeling as though they need to get that early. That's their child, that's their seed. So, you know, they going to come behind their seed how they gonna come behind they seed. Simple. But that's all I got for y'all in this one. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye.